Today I wanted to talk about what I consider to be a barrier, not just to manifesting positive outcomes in our lives, but also a hindrance to developing self-love for ourselves. Hello everyone, my name is Sama and welcome to Mediocre Guidance. Okay, so when we think of manifestation, we usually think about visualizing and positive affirmations and basically faking it till you make it, or as the young people say, being a delulu until it's tralulu. And basically what that means is that we're trying to pull the future of what we want into our present, right? We're trying to bridge that gap. So when we think about this in a sort of timeline way, we have our present state, which is in this present moment, and then we have what we want as a future point, right? That we're trying to get closer to us. However, we kind of disregard this right here, this present moment, and that's what I want to talk about. And that is, we need to accept what is happening here. And so I think the key to manifestation and to self-love is acceptance. So first, let's think about this as something we want to manifest for ourselves. I will provide you with an example to make things clearer. Let's say that I want to lose 5 pounds. I feel like I'm 5 pounds overweight. I can go blue in the face imagining that I've lost those 5 pounds, that I'm looking slimmer, I'm wearing smaller clothes, I'm really feeling myself, feeling confident and beautiful. And that's the goal I want to reach, right? So at present, obviously, there is a lack of confidence, feeling beautiful, low self-esteem. Something's going on there, right? That is making me desire a better look for myself. And to me, that better look is losing 5 pounds. Now, here's the problem. Every time I look at myself in the mirror, maybe when I'm getting into the shower or afterwards when I'm getting dressed, I look and see someone who is 5 pounds too overweight and I dislike it, right? I obviously do not like what I'm seeing, otherwise I wouldn't want something better for myself. The problem with that is that I am rejecting who I am at the present moment. I am basically looking in the mirror and either feeling disgust or resentment towards myself for eating too many sugar cinnamon donuts, which is a true story, and I obviously am not happy with the person I'm seeing in the mirror right now. When you reject a part of yourself, the part of yourself that you don't like, it essentially becomes a part of yourself that you then dissociate. So if you are a whole person, and with my example, overweight Sama is someone that I do not really want in my life any longer, I have basically fractured myself and then pushed away overweight Sama. And that part of myself is something that I have rejected. If I were to consider overweight Sama a separate person and I look at her as a third party, so let's say I see overweight Sama, we'll call her, I don't know, let's call her Samira. Let's just give her a name for clarity's sake. So I see Samira off in a corner and she's sad and crying because nobody likes her because she's 5 pounds overweight. Now, I'm assuming that you are a kind, compassionate, wonderful person watching this video because I know you are. And so if you were to see Samira crying in a corner, you would probably go up to her and be like, hey, are you okay? Like, what's up? And if she told you, I feel like I'm 5 pounds too fat, you wouldn't be like, you're right, girl. You know what? Let's pretend that you're not 5 pounds overweight so that you can manifest it for yourself. Let's pretend that you're slim and happy and beautiful and confident. And Samira is that's her entire identity, is being 5 pounds overweight. So for you to make this statement that she shouldn't feel like how she presently is, we're essentially not acknowledging who she is. And when you don't acknowledge something, you are disregarding its value, right? So in the same way, I would speak to a friend or someone close to me. I wouldn't go to her and say, let's start a meal plan. Let's go to the gym and let's be super excited and enthusiastic about it. That's not where she's at, right? She's not there yet. She wants to be accepted as she is right now in order to move forward. And so the best thing I can do is to say, you are perfectly beautiful and lovable just the way you are right now, at your present weight, with all your tires and your flabby arms and whatever it is that you think is not worthy of love. It's incorrect. That is incorrect thinking. You are perfect the way you are right now. And any progress you make towards the goal of losing weight is simply just something you want to do as a part of your evolution. But right now, if you don't lose that weight, or if you never lose that weight, that doesn't lessen your worth as a person, right? And by acknowledging Samira, or overweight Sama's, worth and value, that she's deserving of love right here, right now, I am taking that fragmented part of myself and I am bringing it together with myself to become whole. And that feeling of wholeness is all acceptance is. It is just accepting all those parts of you that you wish to change for XYZ reasons and saying, you know what, it's okay. Even if I didn't change, even if nothing changed and I was stuck in the shell that I am in right now with the circumstances that are, surrounding me at this time, I can still love and value myself for who I am right now. Accepting who you are right now, flaws and all, you are basically giving yourself permission to be who you are and to be loved for who you are, because you are perfectly lovable just as you are right now. We all know how painful it is to feel rejected, and so if you are rejecting parts of yourself, then that feeling of dejection will be on your shoulders, right? Sorry, I got so distracted by my cat. The parts of yourself that you dislike and you wish would change, that will unfortunately carry forward as you manifest or try to manifest what you want in the future. And so it's kind of just like a contradiction that you're carrying around with you. So the more you can accept yourself in the present, the more you can naturally manifest something better for yourself, because you are whole, right, in your manifestation, if that makes sense. I also want to talk about acceptance for external circumstances when we're trying to manifest something like financial abundance or a certain quality of life. It's absolutely great to want better conditions for yourself and your loved ones, but we also need to accept where we are right now. I have another example, because that is how much of a hot mess I am. I struggle with stress a lot. That's currently something I'm working through right now. And I'm finding the more I just accept my circumstances as they are right now, the lower my stress gets, even though I do want something better for myself in the future. I obviously, and I'm sure you can agree for yourself, none of us want to be stagnant, right, where we are in our lives. If you are a spiritual person, you are obviously on the path of evolution, and you do want to develop a life that is more abundant and joyful than it is for you right now. That's usually how people get onto the path of spirituality. When we do that, we are so hyper eager. We are eager beavers to get to that end result that we kind of don't acknowledge that it is a journey. We're just waiting for that destination. And once we get to that destination, that's when we'll be happy. Divine timing is the thing. We have to wait for our lives to unfold. And if I can relate that to my stress, it's because I just have a terrible problem with letting go and giving up control. And so if I can learn to let go and appreciate what I have right now, and therefore give up control, then the universe is finally able to use that as a doorway to present opportunities to me, or even just to get me to a place of stillness within, where I can then maybe be inspired to take the next step. So I hope this video makes sense, but basically I believe that the more you can accept yourself and who you are and what's going on in your life right now, it will not only allow your manifestation, but in many cases it can also accelerate it. And when I say acceptance, I don't want that to be confused with this overwhelming love and joy for what's going on right now. I understand that some of us are in dire straits and it feels like the sky's falling and things are really crappy, And so acceptance is more of a truce, right? It's basically a place of neutrality. So even if you are not feeling that great about your circumstances or about yourself, I know, like, if you have low self-esteem, which I often suffer with myself, I am not in a place where I can be like, I'm perfect, I love myself, I'm just the greatest thing. You know, it's hard to get there right away, right? When you're working on your self-esteem. But acceptance is being like, you know what? I'm not perfect. You know, things are not okay in my life. And that is in itself okay. It's okay to be there. Acceptance is basically saying, I will be present in my situation right now, no matter how crappy it is, because that's what I need. I need to support myself, and I need to be with myself and hold my own hand as I get through the situation until it gets better for me. So even if you're neutral, that's okay. That's a great first step, because going from negative to neutral is half the battle right there. And then from that place of neutrality, you will be inspired to move to positive situations for yourself. I am the queen of criticizing myself and my circumstances. I am just so hard on myself all the time in a very presumptuous way. Like, basically, if I'm not getting the success that I seek, I create my own list of why that is. And it always involves what I'm doing wrong and how I am wrong. And so, I reign supreme over this very toxic behavior. So I am going to practice what I preach as much as I can, and I'm going to accept who I am, which is, you know, I am here in my living room talking to you. I think I have a stain on my shirt right here, and I have a lot of gray hairs because I don't know, it's too expensive, and it honestly makes my hair fall when I color my hair. What is this? I don't know. This is an insane tangent. Okay, thank you very much for watching my video. I appreciate your support. As always, if you find my content is of value to you, please consider subscribing. It really helps the growth of the channel. And as always, my goal is to make you love yourself and to help you love others by loving yourself, if that makes sense, because if we can all be a light in the darkness, when combined, we will be like a floodlight that will expel all darkness everywhere. And have a wonderful week ahead, and I will see you guys next time on Mediocre Guidance. Bye!